Josh, we're about to be joined by an absolute electric factory when it comes time
Dude.
to being locked in the cage. A man who has been a veteran of the UFC for nearly a decade now. A veteran of the Ultimate Fighter Live series. He takes on Austin Hubbard next week on the UFC's card on ESPN. We have Vinc from Hell Pichel. Vince, how you doing, my man?
What's up, Jordan? What's up, Josh? How you boys doing?
What's up?
It is great to have you on, Vince. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. That was quite an entrance. Thank you for that. It's like a fucking rock star.
Oh yeah, well I'm glad that we're able to get you hyped as we're getting into this interview here. So Vince, a couple of weeks ago when you were on the show, you here guest hosting with me, you talked about being in camp and feeling really rejuvenated while being out here in Colorado and just having a breath of fresh air with all these young bucks. Now as camp starts to wind down, you're to that last week before you start to go through everything with traveling out to the card and all of that. How does everything feel now at this point?
It feels about the same. I still have that same energy on me right now, where I'm just like, I just love it. Right, I'm in good spirits. I'm in good shape. I'm in good health. But now I feel like the team kind of put me in that mindset, right? And now I'm altering my mindset to that brute mentality that I do before I fight. So now it's my turn to show these boys, give these boys some inspiration, and let them know what I do and why I do it.
I've got goosebumps right now.
That gave me chills, dude. Just like honestly, like just because I know and I've seen you in the gym training and shit. Even this morning, seeing you hit pads, like you are a brute. You are from hell, and it's gonna be exciting to see you fight under the Factory X banner, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I can't wait for it, man. It's such an exciting moment. And like I was telling people before, like I feel like ever since I joined the team and moved out here, I feel like just a whole new man, and I started fighting and I'm falling back in love with it, right? The team spirit, the camaraderie the guys have is just like, it's unmatched, man. I've been in so many huge gyms, but I've never really seen that. I've only seen that one other gym, and it was Faber's gym, but they're not even like that anymore, you know what I mean? Like they've lost that a little bit too, but Factor X just has it, man. Like the young studs in there, just the energy in there is just so good, and that's such an important thing, man.
So let's talk about a little bit of your travels through the game there, Vince. So you started off actually at one point you were you were in the Big John camp, a friend of the show here.
Yeah, actually, I started training over at Big John McCarthy's in 2007 is when I started training when I was 24, about to be 25. And so I feel like I'm in those days again, man. Like I'm just starting to train again. There's a bunch of young guys there, and I'm 38 years old, but when I'm in the gym, no one knows how you. There's no way you're gonna know I'm 38 years old unless I tell you.
Yeah,
oh no, definitely
that's a
not.
true statement. You would never know how old you are by the way you talk, the way you hold yourself, the way that you train in the gym, the way you push yourself. And honestly, bro, you're a little kid in an old man's body. Like you're just a funny dude, so you would never know.
Yeah, man. I'm just that kid, man, that's fortunate enough to not make too many sacrifices that still want to live his dream, you know, right? And that's what I'm doing. So I'm just fortunate in that aspect.
Would you say that because you love riding dirt bikes and just being active all across the board, do you think that youthful energy has played a role that somehow translated over into your career and into training, that the energy just stays vibrant somehow?
Oh yeah, for sure. And that was actually, you know what, that was something I had to teach myself. I wasn't always like that. I was kind of if I'm honest, I was kind of a hateful little bastard when I was younger, and I snapped a lot, and I got in a lot of trouble. I did a lot of bad things, right? But eventually I was like, you know what? Like it's me. Like the common denominator in all the bullshit in my life was me. So once I learned to change that and kind of change my mentality.
Hey, you guys, real quick, we're live on radio, so please don't swear.
Oh,
we have a delay, but we're kind of eating into the whole delay, so please don't swear.
Oh, my bad. Geez, what was I saying? I totally forgot.
You were, a rough little kid, always getting into trouble, and you had to get yourself in the right mindset.
Oh, yeah. So I just, I got myself in a lot of trouble, and I was angry at the world, right? Like I was just like your typical kid, right? Like I grew up poor. I grew up on the system, so I was always angry, and I don't know, just one day I was like, you know what? Like, the common denominator in all this stuff isn't like the things around me. It's me. Like, I'm the common denominator between all the bad things that happen in my life. So once I realized that and I started looking at the brighter things, now the cup's half full to me, right? And I'm definitely a very outgoing, very, very happy-go-lucky person. Like, I'm the kind of guy that'll try anything once, you know what I mean? I love dirt bike riding. I go up to our coach Scotty's house and I go up there just to chop trees down for him, right? Like, I help people whenever I can just because it makes me feel good, you know what I mean? Like, right now I just feel like I'm kind of just paying back all the things for all the bad things that I've done because of my attitude when I was younger.
You know, I guess to say that it's manifested itself beautifully into what you're able to do once the cage gets locked. I mean, I can say that nobody can really walk away from watching a Vinc Pichel fight and say that they were not entertained.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you. I definitely like fighting, and you know, they say people got like three faces or whatever, right? The one you show your family, your friends, and then the face that no one sees. But my face that no one sees is me in the cage. That's like, I show people that because I'm not like, I learned to not be afraid to be myself, and I think that's why I fight and I'm the way I am. I just learned to not be afraid to be me.
And that's very huge and a key aspect in a lot of people's mentality, and that's great that you're putting that out there and you're showing that to people, because that's a huge thing that a lot of fighters, and not only just fighters but humans themselves, need to figure out, that at the end of the day, it all comes down to your mentality and how you look at things, how you view things, and just don't be afraid to be yourself, whether it's in the cage or any other career you choose, you know?
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. And like, I'm kind of a people pleaser, so I always like to make everyone happy. But I mean, on top of that, you have to make yourself happy too, right? And eventually, if you're not making yourself happy, that depression is going to get you. And depression is basically just your inner self telling you you're not happy, pretending to be the person that you're not actually. You know what I mean? So it was a really hard thing, another really hard thing for me to overcome and become in my life. But learning to be yourself, to me, is just the most important thing in life, man. It'll really help you find yourself.
So let's switch gears real quick, Vincent. Let's talk the matchup. What are your thoughts on the matchup against the always tough and another fighter who always puts on an entertaining display in Elevation Fight Team here in Denver, Colorado's Austin Hubbard?
I honestly think it's a good fight for me. I don't think it's a good fight for him, but I definitely think it's a good fight for me. He's a tough kid, and he's got a lot of skills, but I'm not that guy, man. I'm not that guy. I don't know if he thinks, I don't know. You know what I mean? He might have took the fight because he felt like he had to or what, or maybe he just wants to prove something. But, I mean, realistically, if he beats me, it's a good win for him, right? It's a huge win. But I just don't see that happening. I'm going to go out there and just do what I do best. I'm going to just go out there and brute the kid and let him know that he's not on my level yet. But eventually he might be.
That's gangster. That's
gangster. That is. I mean, you basically said that you were, if you will, that you were going to thud.
Thud.
Yeah, he's gonna feel some thuds, and we'll see if that nickname sticks. If he can eat those.
You know, I mean, it'll certainly be a great contrast of styles that he's going to bring into there, as he's the former LFA champion. But Vince, if you had to say, as we come to a wrap up here, if you were to summarize just what is it that, in 2 sentences or less, that people can expect to see from you next weekend once the cage doors get locked?
Straight violence and brutality, man. I'm going to go out there and I'm just going to attack this kid. I'm not looking to fight for 15 minutes. I'm going to look to finish this kid. And if he's that tough that I can't finish him, he's going to get dominated for 15 minutes. And I'm basically going to do what I did to him, but probably worse that I did to Jim Miller the last fight. So that's my plan.
You know, that's right there from the man himself, dropping a big name. Also right there with the massive win over Jim Miller.
Yeah.
Vince, thank you so much for joining us along. We cannot wait to have our opportunity to see you make your Factory X debut and to see what goes on next weekend. Thank you very much again, my man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Jordan. Yeah, Josh and Jordan. Good to talk to you guys.
Thanks, man. Have a good one, man.
Absolutely.
Sorry
man.
about the cursing.
No worries. I know that you've been doing a lot of interviews for podcasts all afternoon, so it's hard to put the governor on it and switch gears on that. Folks, stick around after the break. We're going to dive into some current events around the world of combat sports. Hit us up on the Go Fast Energy Drink hotline and text line at 303-831-1340. I'm Jordan Kurtz, sitting here alongside Josh Frem. This is the MMA Plug presented by DenverSportsBetting.com on 98.1.
Yeah, little thick bitch, fine little mamacita. Always coolin' by the pool, drinking margaritas. Yeah, it's pippin' over here, and we ain't trippin' over pesos. I know it's good now, but luego.